You're watching Friday Night Heights on the SEC ESPN Network, where we are coming to you live from Coleman Coliseum. The 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide hosting the 9th-ranked Arkansas Gymnastics. Now, talk about a nail-biter between these two teams a year ago in Fayetteville. In the final rotation, Alabama had 3 falls on beam, opened the door for Arkansas on floor, and they capitalized. Rotation number 1 in the books here in Tuscaloosa between Alabama and Arkansas. Meet number 1 of our Friday Night Heights doubleheader. And it's the Alabama Crimson Tide on top of the Arkansas Gymnastics by a score of 49-4 to Arkansas's 48-7-7-5. And some pretty big highlights there in the vault lineup for Alabama. The 9.825 drop for Brissett, but everything else looking very, very good. Guerrero with a 9.9. And Arkansas did struggle just a little bit on bars. You see the drop score by Amanda Wellick with the fall, the 9.275, but steady Eddie the rest of the way. It's the Tide right now on top of the Hogs inside Coleman Coliseum as we get ready for rotation number 2. Well, so far so good for his Hogs at the halfway mark. Go grab some popcorn and a Coke. We'll be waiting for you with rotation 3 on the other side. Here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Crimson Tide on top of Arkansas by a score of 98-7 to the Hogs 98-05. Both teams struggling a little bit on bars here this evening. Arkansas making up a little ground after they struggled to open up this meet on bars, but vault much better. Dana's looking for clutch. She reminded us you end on beam when you're on the road. So it is important to find those clutch performers on that apparatus. Over to floor now. Sydnie Dillard will get the team started. Remember, the Hawks set a school record on floor last year against the Tide. Like to serve some of that up here tonight.
And those high scores come from landings, mostly. You need to work on the positions in the air, but the landings and having a controlled position is what will get them that high score again.
I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is a team that lost a little bit of steam on floor at home against Oklahoma in the back-to-back meets a weekend ago. Heard some of their scores.
And that was when they finished on the floor. This is only their 3rd event, so hopefully that energy will be there tonight. And especially against a team like Alabama, who they're hoping to repeat a win over. Front full to front layout to a jump, connecting those skills. You also see their performance factor, their artistry. The judges are looking to see that it presents this routine. Otherwise, they're allowed to give them a deduction. 1.5 into her punch front layout. Great connection there.
Nice start for the senior from Fairview, Texas, playing to the crowd.
The only real big thing was that first tumbling pass. She had a large lunge, so that'll be a higher deduction than if it was a smaller step. And there's her middle pass. Great 3 connection there. It's fun to add a jump, maybe to cover some landings, make it fun and exciting. And a great finish.
Let's send it to Casey.
Melissa, you were talking about how that quieted a crowd. That's exactly what Mark Cook told us that they needed to do. They needed to rock their routine, and that's the best way to quiet a crowd like Alabama's. He said it's a true test of the mental toughness of this Arkansas team.
Well, the 4th and final rotation will be decided when we come back. Arkansas will head to beam, and the Tide will take center stage and try to make up the deficit here in Tuscaloosa. A lot can change throughout a gymnastics meet, and after the 3 falls on beam, it is Arkansas now with the 0.45 lead over the Crimson Tide as we head to this 4th and final rotation. Now let's take a look at our belt competing with style. Rotation number 4 on the way. We will see Sydnie Dillard, who hasn't missed a beam rotation for the Hogs, and Ari Guerra, the freshman, making her mark on floor next. Well, the score here has changed. The Arkansas Gymbacks now on top of the Alabama Crimson Tide after Alabama had 3 falls on beam, had to count 2 of those scores. And it's going to be a tight finish here. We had Dana Duckworth mic'd up all night long, and she's expecting a dramatic finish in this 4th rotation. Alabama will have to dig deep. They will have to try to find out what they are made of here. Again, this 4th rotation, and you take a look at the series history, Arkansas has never beaten Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Ooh. This would be a big night if they do on Alabama's home turf. This is Alabama's home, as you heard her say earlier. They do not want to give that up.
Yeah, Arkansas, by the way, the last win, again, last season. Why? Because of some struggles and falls on beam, which opened up the door on floor for Arkansas, who will finish on beam. So now they've got to keep it steady.
And look at those scores, 3 9-9s in 1 rotation.
So Arkansas, again, knocked it out of the park on floor, just as they did a year ago, but they still got beam to go. They have, however, done very well on beam this season. That was something Mark Cook told us earlier in the week he was very proud of.
They struggled in their first meet on beam, and they made changes to start up some of the more solid, consistent athletes in the beginning of their lineup, and they have kept it that way ever since.
Changes paid off, and as Mark Cook said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I haven't seen very many lineup changes to any of his lineups, actually, in this meet at all. And that's a little rare for a coach this early in the season. As we see Sydnie Dillard, who will get him started. Up on beam, averages a 9.875. And has competed in all 40 beam and 4 rotations since arriving at Arkansas in 2013.
And she is steady for this Arkansas team on beam. The reason why she is in the lead off position, which is very difficult. You set the tone for the entire routines to come.
This kid was a walk-on, earned her scholarship her sophomore year, and is built tough, if you will, based on all the time she has spent on floor and beam. Hasn't missed any rotation there.
And it comes down to their mental toughness. When you stay on beam that many times, you are mentally tough on this event. You might use your whole body on the beam, but it's all in the head. Great landings after each element she's competing. She's finishing it well. She's landing with control. Just the dismount, she wants the same thing to happen. The round up 1.5 off the end, and she nails it.
She fought for it.
She did fight for it, but she didn't move. The dismount, the round off 1.5 to finish off this great beam routine with a stuck landing. That will be close to a 10, Melissa.
So a great start for Arkansas on this final rotation. On beam, Alabama over on floor.
It was a great routine. It's not going to do it to seal that deal tonight. Dana might know that.
It's something about this matchup between the Hogs and the Tide. And the Hogs, the last 2 seasons, have had Alabama's number as they walk away victorious for the first time in Tuscaloosa, and they pick up their first win of the season. The Hogs pull off the big upset over the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide by a score of 196-7 to the Tide's 196-4. And Casey